Right now we're going to consider remounting our directionals. Heading off to the dealer, they may have these in chrome. This is the connector for where the rear view mirror came down through, screwed into this, and held on the directional itself. Right? This screws into this, and at least on the left side, it was connected like so, and then mounted like so, and voila, you had a directional. What we're going to do is actually take this. This has been drilled out only slightly enough to allow this pinch bolt for the triple tree to go through it. So in essence, what we'll end up with is something like this. Whether you mount it to the top or the bottom, hanging down, you can adjust it. It's on a swivel. Alright, just snug it up a little bit. And you will have now something that's adjustable. This will adjust, the ball joint will adjust, and you can now remount your directional using the existing hardware that came off the left side. You will need to buy another left side hardware mounting kit, this assembly, this little assembly from your dealer. But two of these, drill that little section out, and voila, you've mounted your directionals to the triple tree. These connectors do have to go in a specific way. There's the downside, and then this has an upside, and has a small little, very difficult to see on video, but it has a small little metal tab that when clicked in, you'll hear it, clicks in, and then this flips down. That connector is back in working order, and we'll reconnect back here once you map your wiring a little bit. Okay, what I've done is, for this extra cabling, I didn't really want to cut it. Because in fact, who knows if somebody wants to put these bars back on and do all this again, so rather than cut it, what I did was, this little plastic piece comes out, drops out from underneath. Push these clips in and this will drop out. There's really plenty of room in here. So what I did was, at least on this side, I pulled it through and continue. It'll tuck up. It'll tuck up in here, and that plate will hold it all up. And it should all just kind of tuck back into this area, this assembly area. And voila, there it goes. Okay. And these pieces go back. I'll do the same on the other side. And when we're all said and done, this will go on, around this, around that, and just work that into place. Oh, right. And around that as well. Work it all back into place, and you will be at least done on this side and ready for the other. Okay? We'll continue. So here's the end result. All our wiring is run through. Here's the wiring for the directional. You can see how the directional is actually mounted. This is the left side mount that came with the bike. This is actually the bolt hole that would go through for the rear view mirror. Right? Rear view mirror has this bolt, goes through, and that extended bolt that you see out the bottom here, this would actually go through it, and it would create the support for the directional. We don't need that any longer. I drilled it out only slightly, removed the pinch bolt, so I'll get that fixed up in a little bit, put a washer there. But this works out really nicely. So here's the wiring for that. It's going in. Here's the wiring, our harness wiring for the bars, and also the tank wiring. The grommet is in place. Everything is back together. The bars are installed. and we're off in good shape. Well, they're on, and everything is working out pretty well. As far as cabling goes, in fact, you can install this Wild One bar on the 2006 Wide Glide without swapping cables. I would say that the clutch cable is a hair long, yet at the same point in time, it's a little long. It really is, but it'll work. You know, in fact, it would actually work. So if you needed time to get yourself the cable, it works fine. Everything works just fine. As far as relocating the directionals at the moment, I still have some wrap-up work to do, but the bars in the general sense are on. I need to get another mount to actually do the relocation. As far as the relocation goes, these will not relocate to the first tree. You need to go down to the second clamp. These will relocate on the second clamp, not on the first clamp, because when you turn in, they will bump into the tank. I tried it in several different ways. They bang into the tank. So, but in the basic sense, the bars are done. So and they look good and they feel good too. So the position, the question about the position and all of that, it came into play. But these, in fact, they feel good. They really do. And so I'm excited about that. I've tested all the connections. Again, the questionable about these wires, what to do with them. They did tuck into tuck into this area here. I'll just figure out when they're finally mounted here. I'll just figure out a way to run the cabling so that they don't show, as least as possible anyway. All right, there you go. Swapped out the 2006 Dyna Wide Glide standard stock apes for the Wild One chubby drag bars. These are the WO501 with the 8-inch rise. All right, WO501 8-inch rise. The most technical part of the deal was really pulling the wires back through. Otherwise, we're good to go. All right, we'll continue.